Osama bin Laden's son-in-law is waking up in New York City this morning. He'll appear in a federal courtroom today. Intelligence officials announced yesterday the capture of Suleiman Abu Ghait, who was also an al-Qaeda spokesman. Senior correspondent John Miller, former FBI assistant director, joins us now. Good morning.
It's always good to wake up in New York City.
Yes, indeed.
If you're not Osama bin Laden's son-in-law.
Yes, that's exactly right. Then you'd like to wake up in Afghanistan.
Somewhere
in a cave.
Yeah.
Is this a big deal?
Well, it is a big deal on two levels. One, from a symbolic sense. This was the guy who, right after 9/11, was on television speaking to Americans saying that there is a great army massing against you and be prepared for a storm of airplanes. So as one of bin Laden's key, basically, Charlie, public affairs advisors and spokesmen, he was a key propagandist and voice and had a lot of religious credibility. The other thing is, from an intelligence standpoint, he knows things about how the al-Qaeda command structure that was in Iran for a long time worked and communicated.
Where's he been for the last dozen years?
With a bunch of al-Qaeda leaders in Iran. And that's an interesting question, Norah, because, you know, Iran and al-Qaeda are not necessarily aligned, but there is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So Saif al-Adil, Suleiman Abu Ghait, and a number of other top people have been in Iran for a number of years, kind of half under house arrest and half allowed to communicate with al-Qaeda seniors.
So what happens today?
So today is going to be a very interesting day because he's going to be arraigned in Manhattan federal court, and this will probably be the biggest security operation we've seen in more than a decade since the embassy bombers were brought to trial there, because this is a senior al-Qaeda leader, not in Gitmo, but in Manhattan.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not in Gitmo?
Yeah, that's the question. So being raised by people like.
Okay, that's going to be a big political debate, which is why wasn't he taken to Guantanamo? Why isn't he an enemy combatant? Why isn't... there's a couple of practical legal reasons, which is the military law on conspiracies towards material support versus being an actual combatant are a little more vague. But then there's a very practical sense. Everybody who's been put through the federal court system, you know, you get indicted, there's about a year, you're tried, and then you're in jail. In Gitmo, they're still in hearings after years and years trying to figure out how to get to a trial. And that system is one that moves slowly and not terribly efficiently.
John Miller, thank you.